Friends, India is always appreciated for having a strong demographic dividend. But this appreciation turned to stress side when we will see our unemployment rate. And this stress is not only for the government but for our whole economic system. Why? Because unemployment directly create vicious cycle in the economy, whereas more employment create virtuous cycle in the economy. How come? Because the more the people will get employed, the more their disposable income increase. As a result of that, they'll demand more goods and services, which enhances more taxes for the government, example GST, also income taxes. And as a result of that, government incur the expenditure and whole economy is turning to a virtuous cycle dream. Now, before moving ahead, I just want to ask, आप सब मुझे कमेंट में जरूर बताइए, आपको क्या लगता है, क्योंकि मैक्सिमम ये वीडियो यूथ ही देख रहे होंगे, आपको क्या लगता है भारत में अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट के मेजर रीजंस क्या हैं? What are the major reasons of unemployment in India? आप ये मुझे कमेंट में जरूर लिख के बताइए, ताकि I also get an idea कि apart from what we gain from the books, भारत का यूथ क्या सोचता है कि अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट इंडिया में सबसे ज्यादा क्यों है? Now, coming to this scheme, employment linked incentive scheme, government tried to reduce this unemployment problem in India. And this is considered as one of the biggest formal sector employment driven scheme. Now, moving ahead with this scheme, talking about the features, components, and objectives, I'll tell you one important thing. Why government is focusing a lot on this formal job creation? Government is focusing on this formal job creation because they knew that in informal sector, where most of the Indian people are engaged in employment sector, it is not regulated by anyone. The informal sector, because of non-regulation by anyone, there are huge exploitation, frauds, cheatings, and there is no one to hear against the complaints of the employees. But if people are engaged in formal setup more, there is a regulatory bodies, there are regulatory agencies who will look after for the employees. Hence, this ELI scheme is introduced to create the formal employment, to reduce the unemployment, to create a kind of job securities for the people, and hence as a result of this ELI scheme has a huge importance. So let's discuss in detail what is this ELI scheme. Announced in 2024-25, but finally cabinet approved it. This scheme is for both employees and employers. That means those who are job seeking, those who are job seekers, they are also get the benefit of this scheme, and those who are job providers, they are also getting the benefit under this scheme. For employees, the scheme will run for 2 years, and for the employers, it may extend for 4 years. Now, what is the target of the government? The target is massive. The target of government is to create 3.5 crore jobs in next 2 years. And out of that 3.5 crore job creation, the biggest focus point is to create 1.92 crore jobs for first time job seekers. Now, this is the most important point that you should notice on. Many a time, the first timers will say this thing, we are not getting the jobs because employer prefer the experienced people. And when we ask about from the employers, why you preferred the experienced people, why you are not giving the chance to the newcomers? Obviously, the newcomer is becoming the experienced one in future. They'll say, we need to incur a lot of expenditure in the training to inculcate the working habits in the newcomers. So to save that cost, we generally hire the experienced guys. Now this scheme is focusing on first time job seekers modes. And that is the reason government is focusing on this particular scheme on more. So we can say government की तरफ से लिया गया एक बहुत बड़ा कदम हो सकता है. Now, moving ahead with the component features, let's discuss some details about the current situation in India. If you talk about the unemployment rate persist in our country, in April 2025, it was almost 5.1%. For males, it is 5.2. For females, it is 5%. In May 25, for males, it is 5.6. For female, it is 5.7. So average, it increased from 5.1 to 5.6. Now you all say it's just a nominal increase. But friends, this is not a nominal increase. when we see the population base of India, this increase is actually a very big number. And as a result of that, it create a kind of stressful situation in the whole nation, a panic situation in the whole nation. Because the more a youth is unemployed, more he is diverted towards those activities which actually create, what I can say, a disturbance in the economic system as well. Now, one more data I have, it is regarding the unemployment among youth. As I told you that demographic dividend is a kind of a appreciation we always receive, but when you see these datas, it actually turn out to be a more stressful situation. Now, if you will see the demographic dividend in context of unemployment rate, this is between 15 to 29 right now. So 15 to 29 youth, if we will see the age group of 15 to 29, the average is almost every time it is total is more than 22%. So 22% of our youth who belongs to the age group of 15 to 29 is actually unemployed, if you see these datas. And here the female unemployment is more. That means it also create a gender inequality. So to address this problem, government started this scheme. Now, before moving ahead and talk about in detail about this scheme, I'll tell you that we had launched our foundation batch for 2026. We'll cover whole prelims and mains in this foundation batch. That is in offline, online medium both. In offline, we have Karol Bagh, Karol Bagh and Prayagraj. Online, you can take it anywhere from anywhere. These are our expert faculties, and this batch is live now. You all can register under it. Now, moving ahead, the part A of the scheme is for the employees. Part A of the scheme focuses on to provide incentive to the employees. Now, what are the components under this? The first important component, as I mentioned before also, government want that our youth should be the part of formal system. So the employees need to be registered under EPFO, Employment Provident Fund Organization, for the first time. Those employees, they need to be registered under it. Then the second is monthly salary should be below 1 lakh. Those who are getting the job and their monthly salary should be less than 1 lakh are eligible under this scheme. Third thing, they will receive 1 month EPF wage, maximum rupees 15,000 as an incentive. Those who registered under this scheme, government will provide them an incentive of 15,000, and this 15,000 incentive is distributed in two parts. First 6 months when you complete, you will receive half of it. Then next 6 months when you complete, you will receive half of it. That is divided into two parts. After that, the biggest component under this scheme is a part of your incentive will go in FD. That is in fixed deposit. That means government also want that you should develop the habit of financial inclusion, to save the money, and also to create a habit of saving, because saving promote investment, and investment led to capital formation in the economic system. So government want that part of your incentive, that is out of 15,000, some part of this incentive will go in the FDs. Okay, and all the payment will be done through direct benefit transfer. That means there is no scope of any leakage or corruption. All the money will go through DBT. That means once you complete the 6 month, 7,500 will go in your account after deducting some part of FD, and similarly in the next 6 months after deducting some part in FD component, the amount will go in your bank account. So this is considered as a best ideas for employee under part A. Now moving ahead, part B of this scheme. This is to support the employers. This scheme is supporting the employers. Now why? Because employees are the job seekers. They want job, but who will provide them job? Because the target of government is in crores of jobs, and government cannot create this crores of job without private participation. So government also want to create incentives for the employers. How they'll provide? First of all, government want that you can hire the people, but the cost of hiring should be get reduced, and we will provide you incentive for it. And the focus mainly here is on the labor intensive sector, because this scheme is again directly connected to PLI scheme, production linked incentive scheme, focusing on 14 sector. So this scheme is focusing particularly on manufacturing also. Now, what is the criteria? First of all, employer must be registered with EPFO. Second, he must hire additional workers. That means it doesn't apply for your existing workforce. It is applied when you hire the new people, new workforce you hire. And minimum retention of these employees, minimum you need to retain them for 6 months. That means this scheme is only providing the benefit to the employers only when they minimum they'll retain the employees for 6 months. So we can say it's again a must plan made by the government. It's again a must plan made by the government. Now, apart from that, there are some conditions being imposed by the government. First, if the employer has less than 50 employees in his organization, suppose I am running a company called as ABC Private Limited and I am having 30 employees or 40 employees, then I need to hire 2 additional workers. I need to hire at least 2 additional workers. If my organization have 70, 80, 90 workers, I must hire at least 5 additional workers. I must hire 5 additional workers. Now let's say, for example, I hired 10 additional workers. So I fulfill this condition. Now government will pay me the incentive. Government will pay me the incentive per month for 2 years. That means, let's suppose I hired 10 employees and I am paying them a salary of 30,000 rupees. I am paying a salary of 30,000 rupees. Now government provide me a monthly incentive of 3,000 rupees per employee. That means I hired 10 employee. I am getting per month 30,000 rupees. That is 3,000 rupees per employee. So I will get 30,000 rupees per month for those 10 employees for next 2 years. That means 7,20,000 I'll get for next 2 years. And might be government extend it for another 2 years. So in total, if it is being extended for 4 years, I will get 14,40,000 incentive from the government. Okay. So I hope it is being clear to you all. So if I am paying any amount between 20,000 to 1 lakh, let's say I'll take a simple example. I am a company Shubham Private Limited. I hired 10 employees and I'm giving them monthly salary of 40,000. That means this is the third slab. Now, those 10 employees, I'm giving them salary. Government will provide me incentive for those 10 employees per month 3,000. That means 30,000 per month I get an incentive from the government for next 2 years. That means for 24 months, I am getting 30,000 rupees incentive. That is almost 7,20,000. It is that is 7,20,000 only. And for next 2 years, I am getting 14,40,000. So this is the support being provided by the government to the employers. Now moving ahead, before talking about the significance of this scheme, we also launched our test series. Those students who qualified this year's prelims, they can join this mains test series. Total number of tests will be 15. Online, offline medium. You can appear it from your home or you come to the offline center, Mukherjee Nagar, Karol Bagh or Prayagraj center. You can attempt this test or you can call on this number for further details. You all can register now. Now, what is the significance of this ELI scheme? Why this ELI scheme is so significant in current time? First of all, it boosts the job creation in the economic system. It enhances the job system in our economy, because we always say this thing: India is having the strong demographic dividend but without job, or we can say we have a jobless growth. Second, target youth. This scheme focuses on targeting that core youth of our country, the strong demographic dividend of our country. That's why they focus more on the employees who are in the group of 15 to 29. Third, promote retention and upskilling. Government also announced various schemes for promoting skills, whether it is Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushalya Vikas, Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushalya Vikas Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. Apart from that, formalization of workforce. They also want that the most of the workforce get formalized. And if you see in last 2 or 3 years, government is actually focusing on youth a lot, whether it is PM internship scheme, whether DDU GKY, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, and now this scheme. Apart from that, government also try to reduce inequality here, because they don't focus it only for the creation for tier 1 city or tier 2 city or tier 3 cities, or they are not focusing only on rural area, village area, male, female. They are considering it for whole. So they try to reduce inequality also. Then fourth, the sixth point, support labor intensive manufacturing. We all know that our aim is to become a developed nation by 2047. Now, to become a developed nation by 2047, we need the manufacturing growth must be at least 25% to 30% of our GDP. And as a result of that, we announced PLI scheme. As a result of that, we announced ROTAP scheme. Now, under this, government focusing on creating more manufacturing, because the more the manufacturing will grow, the more the secondary sector will grow. It directly support the primary sector as well as the tertiary sector, because they'll take raw material from primary sector, and when the goods is produced, packing, labeling, branding, marketing, transportation is all done by tertiary sector. So it is creating a integration among three sectors by promoting manufacturing sector. And then seventh is increase household income. Now this is again very important. Once the people's disposable income will increase, when the people's disposable income increase, the virtuous cycle rotate, and obviously government get more taxes through GST. So this is the major significance of this scheme, and that's why we are saying this scheme will create a long lasting impact if it actually executes properly. Okay, so these are the significances of this ELI scheme. Now this is a question for you people. Attempt this question and answer me in the comment section what will be the right answer of this question. What will be the right answer of this question? I'll expect 2 comments from every person. First is जो कि आपको मुझे बताना है कि भारत में अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट की मेजर प्रॉब्लम के रीजंस क्या है, एंड दूसरा आपको इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर मुझे बताना है. ठीक है, I'll wait for your replies. And apart from that, friends, we also started our optional batch. So if you belong to English medium, you can join sociology optional, PABAD option, history optional, and maths optional from our eminent experts, from our eminent experienced faculties. So that's all in today's video. I hope you all liked it. I hope you all enjoyed it. And please do share, subscribe our channel. And one more very important thing I want to share with you all. That's again very important. We had started our mains classes on KGS English channel. What you need to do, you need to open the YouTube. On that YouTube, you have to search KGS. You need to search KGS English. Okay, you just need to search KGS English. Just a second, I'll open once again. Yeah, so you open YouTube here. Then on YouTube, you just need to search KGS English. KGS English. KGS English. Then open this channel KGS English, and in this channel, in the live section, you will see that I am taking the mains GS3 complete on YouTube channel. That means on this YouTube channel, इस YouTube channel पर complete जो GS paper 3 है, उसका I am taking sessions. So right now I am on 30th class. Before that I had taken 29 lectures completing whole GS economy, GS paper 3. So that's all from my side, friends. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Take care.